And good evening, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Okay, some technical difficulties, but once again, I'm glad you could join me. I was hearing the show in my ear. I had something else on, but once again, it's the coach. It's not Saturday morning, it's Thursday night, doing my show, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, like I said, presented by Coach's Corner. I'm not at Coach's Corner tonight on the Soundgarden stage because there's a event going on, so I'm doing it from my house. So it's a lot of fun doing this, and like I said, Saturday, I am now switching to Thursday nights due to, after 13 straight years doing Saturday mornings, it's time to take a little break. So I still want to get the news out about the kids, what's going on locally. And that's why Thursday night now is the new night of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, unless there's something going on at Coach's Corner where I get bumped out or I have to move it to another day. But it'll be either Wednesday or Thursday. Most likely we'll stay consistently on Thursday nights. And I'm glad you could join me. I know it's short notice. It's 5 days since, or 6 days since Saturday, 5 days since Saturday that I'm doing this. And it's a lot of fun. And there's so much news going on, sports news going on, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's pro here in Savannah, Georgia. I just love it. I just can't stay away from it. So that's why I chose Thursday nights. Hopefully that'll be the night every week that I do it, but it all depends on what the schedule is going on at Coach's Corner and what my coaching schedule is. So I'm still coaching. I'm not retired yet, so I got to keep going it. But if you're just tuning in, the concept on Saturday was always to do 5 different segments. I'm cutting it down to 4 or maybe even 3. But so this is the trial run, and I got some great guests. Okay, of course, if I have time, I'll get into a little bit what's going on in high school sports. But my first guest, and they're both Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. I'm going to talk to the St. Vincent's Academy back-to-back 200 in the intermediate relay team. The girls back-to-back titles from St. Vincent. The same girls were on last year. I got them on this year. Can't wait to talk to them. So I know I got Avery and Ella Nelson. I got Lilly Grace Helton. I got to get this right. I got Camryn Berniak. I hope I say that. Berniak. Okay, so I hope I said it right, but we'll find out when they come on at about 7:15. Right now, I know the Nelson girls are waiting. Lilly Gail Helton is waiting. So just hang in there, girls. We'll be right at it in a couple of minutes. I'm still waiting for Cameron to click on. And then my last guest, who is another Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Richmond Hill High School. Okay, Branton Champion just signed a fishing scholarship to Emmanuel University. That's right. Bass fishing is big down here in the South, and you can get a scholarship to be a bass fisherman at a college. So he's going to Emmanuel University, one of the biggest colleges as far as bass fishing, one of the best colleges as far as bass fishing goes here in the South. Okay, and then if I have time, I'll take 3 steps out the door, but there's no videos tonight, so I'll do an ending and talk about what's going on, and we'll go from there. And I know I'm babbling right now. I got 5 minutes left in my time because the ladies are waiting. I told them 7:15. So once again, 3 steps in the door. High school sports. It's basketball, basketball, basketball. And what a Wednesday night it was. Well, first we got to go to Tuesday night. The Lady Redskins out of Bryan County, their season came to an end at Rayburn County High School. Marion Mincy has those girls competitive every year, state perennial playoff team, and it just fell short on Tuesday night. Then last night, we had 6 boys teams playing, 2 in the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, and then we had 4 in the Georgia High School State Association. Well, tough run for the St. Andrews Lions. First round overtime win. Last night, they lost to Lakeview Academy 56-54 on a buzzer-beating shot in overtime. The Lions wound up being 22-8, great run, defending back-to-back state championships. They were going for a three-peat, but Mel Abrams and those boys had a great season. Then in Class A, of the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, Memorial Day School was defending champion. They lost to Monsignor Donovan 45-36. The first half, it was like a defensive battle. The score was 17-12. And then Monsignor Donovan just pulled away in the second half. Memorial Day School under Del Mock, great season. All right, now we go to Georgia High School State Association. Okay, we had one team that lost in 4A. Okay, and that was New Hempstead to North Oconee. The score was 78-58. It was, let me get my notes here. It was 47-46 at halftime. North Oconee had the lead. going into the fourth quarter, they had the 1-point lead over New Hampstead, and it just turned out to be a 78-58 20-point spread at the final buzzer. New Hampstead ends up with a 23-6 record. They just did a great job. Congratulations to the Phoenix for a great season. Now, the three teams that won. Benedictine took it to overtime. They beat Seconder 65-58 in overtime. Once again, Mr. Caleb Jones, all world, 31 points. The Cadets outscored the Jaguars 11-4 in overtime to move on to Saturday. They'll be playing Saturday at 7 o'clock at Fort Valley State. They'll take on Holy Innocents, the 5th-ranked team in 4A. Benedict comes in with a 17-7 record, okay? Then Johnson comes back and beats Hebron Christian 47-50, trailing with like 3 minutes to go in the game. They blew it open there at the end. They get to stay home. That's right. Johnson will play at Savannah State at 7 o'clock against Doherty, the number 4 team ranked in the state, coached by the legendary Savannah basketball player. Savannah High, he played there. He coached at Jenkins. Bakari Bryant, 7 o'clock at Savannah State. The place is going to be rocking. Johnson, the Adams Smashers under Chucky Campbell, taking on his former mentor, because Chucky worked for Coach Bryant at 7 o'clock. And then Savannah High. Tomorrow, Savannah High travels to Georgia College because they beat Darlington 53-49 at 3 o'clock. They take on Padilla, who's 16-12. So they're ranked number 2 in Class A D1. Savannah High is ranked number 3. So good battle right there. So check it out. All right. So that's all I got as far as high school sports. I know there's so much. We got the Savannah Shamrock rugby tournament next weekend. We got Savannah Bananas played home last weekend. So there's a lot going here in Savannah, Georgia. But I promised these young ladies 7:15 we'd go on and talk about their defending state title in the 200 intermediate medley relay. And they came up short in the 200 freestyle. They'll correct me with the times and all that stuff, but if I'm not right. So I want to get to them but we got to thank everybody. But if you have a comment, please join in. The man, the myth, the legend from the other Coach's Corner Sports Show, Rubbin' and Grubbin' every Wednesday night, Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man. This guy was in the Atlantic Journal-Constitution. He was on TV. He was on the Turn 3 at the Atlanta 500. Love you, Brandon. Thanks for tuning in. And, of course, the number 1 fan of the show, Dennis Kessler, checking in. Yes, Dennis, I'm going to a night show. It's an early evening show because, the coach needs a little break on weekends. But I appreciate you joining me every time I have a show. I appreciate it. And as you say, always go Cavs. All right, coming up next, we're going to be talking to the state championship. Let me get this right. I keep on the 200-yard medley relay team, not the intermediate relay team. Okay, we'll be talking to Avery Nelson, Ella Nelson, Lilly Grace Helton, and hopefully, if she can get and join us, Camryn Berniak. Okay, I think I got it right. Okay, but I'll be back in 3.5 minutes with these young ladies. Hang in there, ladies. Oh, there she is. Camryn showed up. We'll be back because you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network now on Thursday nights. 3.5 minutes, ladies. I'll be right back. Got to thank the sponsors. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Not a Saturday edition, but a Thursday night edition. And what better way than to start with my first guest on Thursday nights is a previous Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week from last year. They're back again. I mean, back-to-back state champions for the second straight year. The Lady Saints finished second overall in Division 1A, but they defended their 200-yard medley relay, another gold medal, came up second place in the freestyle. But I'm telling you right now, the team was second place again this year. They did a great job. 2 of them are graduating, 2 are coming back. This is something special, and I'm glad that they could find time today to make it on my show. And that's, of course, the St. Vincent's Academy Lady Saints swim team, the 200-yard medley relay team. Joining me now in the Coach's Corner hot seat, let's get this right, Avery Nelson, Ella Nelson, Lilly Grace Helton, and Camryn Berniak. I hope I got it right, but she'll correct me. I know she will. But here we go. Let me get them on the screen, all 4 of them at once. So we got to add, there's Avery, with now Lilly, now Camryn.
Hello.
And Ella. They're all there together. Hey, ladies, it's an honor and a privilege to have you guys on. And once again, congratulations on another great season. I mean, what more can I tell you? I know you would have liked to be the state champions, but you know what? Back-to-back defending your title is pretty special. Yes? No? Yeah, maybe?
It is very special.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, but I appreciate you coming on, and let's kick it off now. This year, I'm a little more prepared. I got the questions written out for you, so you guys wouldn't go blind. So we start out with one of the seniors, Camryn, right? Berniak, I got it right?
It's Baraniak, but whatever B name works.
Okay, Baraniak. Okay, Baraniak. Okay, I was close. Give the guy a little chance here. Okay, it's been a year. So, I mean, tell us about the teamwork and the commitment that helps this relay team be successful, not one year, but back-to-back years.
Yes, sir. So every Tuesday, Monday, and Wednesday, we have early morning practices. And I think early morning practices are really what show our team's dedication, because it is hard to get up at 4:45. I know a lot of the girls too, just balancing swim on top of schoolwork, and even, I mean, doing last year, me and Avery, it being our junior year, and then Lily, Gail, and Ella, it being their junior year this year. That's like the most condensed schoolwork year. It's incredibly hard. So I think pushing through that and knowing that all of us as a team support each other is what makes us very back at it. So
what's good about going to St. Vincent's, you practice in the morning. You don't have to worry to go home, put on makeup, and worry about what you're wearing. You just jump in your uniform. That's a plus too. You know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Avery. So once again, as a member of this 200-yard medley team that clinched first place, what was your strategy for you guys going into this I guess race? Did you guys think you had a good shot at winning it again?
Yeah, I mean, we came back still feeling like champions off of last year. Came with a lot of confidence, knowing that we put in a lot of hard work, and we all know we can go fast. I mean, we had great meets throughout the season. We had all felt prepared. And, as somebody that was leading off the race, I was the first 50. I was like, I need to get out there. I need to keep up with the other girls. I mean, everyone that comes to state is prepared and they're ready. They're competitive. They all want to win. But yeah, I think we just had it in our mindset that we are champions. We're going to be it again. And it all worked out for the best. So I think that was our strategy, just straight confidence.
All right. So Ellie, your sister started it off. Where did you fall into that position? First, second, third, or fourth? I guess the leg. Where did you? And what was the strategy for you when you were holding your part of the team?
Yeah, so I was the second string, and I did the 50 breaststroke. And with Avery getting us in a really great spot, it was kind of like my job to keep us and advance us. And so I definitely, especially in breaststroke, you have to up your tempo to catch up with the other girls. So I just think keeping my head down and pushing forward, that definitely was a strategy that I used, and it helped us in the end.
All right, so Avery, what stroke did you have?
I had backstroke.
You had backstroke. Ella had the breaststroke, right?
Yes.
All right, Lily. So tell us what you fell into, what you had to do.
So I was the third leg of the relay. I was swimming 50 butterflies, so I was right after Ella. And yeah, that's what I was swimming. So
did you have a big lead? Did you have to worry about anything?
Well, actually, we weren't seated first going into finals, so we went to prelims. We were seated second, so we came back to finals, and we were like, we want to win this thing. So we all just really had to try our best, and we had to really push ourselves. So, yeah, we all had to make sure we could get that lead, and yeah.
Okay. And Camryn, I guess you were the leg. You had to do the freestyle, which is up and back as quick as you can. How did you feel when you entered the pool after Lily touched the wall?
Yes, sir. I just knew that we had to close it up, and I think we had a really good shot. So just went in there and went in with fast turns and a good start. So,
well, yeah, I mean, you secured the second place finish in the 50 freestyle. Walk us through that experience before you got right. You did the individual before you get to the relays.
So we had the medley relay first, then my individual was after that. So it was kind of coming off a high of the medley relay. For the 50 free, it's very much focusing on your turns and your start because it's such a fast-paced race. So I knew that I just had to kind of hold my breath and go for it. So,
well, you got it, you guys. Now, how did you all feel after you knew you won it? And it was a close race, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was a very close race. They actually I think they had swimming so tight in time. I feel like they might have had a few tenths ahead of us. And honestly, Camryn closed out that race for us so well. She got in. She was like, I know we can do this. And we kind of owe her that one. I mean, we were right head and head with them, but she really closed. She was so strong in the end for us.
All right. So you and Camryn are seniors. Ella and Lily are the juniors, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now when you do this relay, is it your favorite stroke or a stroke that the team needs you to do? Anybody can answer that.
Mine was my favorite stroke, so I did my best stroke on the relay.
Mine was also my favorite, but me and Camryn switched, actually. Last year I did free, and Camryn did fly, and then this year we switched. But we both like both the strokes, so.
Avery, you like doing a backstroke?
Yeah, backstroke is one of my favorite strokes. I feel like it like kind of lines up pretty well. Like what you're good at is probably what your favorite's gonna be.
Now, did you beat Westminster out for the gold medal in this relay race?
Wesley.
Wesleyan, okay. I knew it
Yeah,
started with a W. I was close.
Yeah, 4A or something like that.
So, I'll go to Avery next, which I had in my questionnaire list. Tough. Last year you won 2 gold medals. This year you came in second. What was it like coming up short in that last one?
Yeah, I mean, swimming is a game of hundredths of seconds. And that race, actually, we only came up short by 0.18. We were so close. Yeah, it was really tight. And honestly, when you come up that close in a race, it's like, could I have kicked harder there or pushed off the wall just a little harder? I mean, you think about all these little things, but honestly, I think we all just put our everything in that race. And the other girls, I can't remember exactly who won, but I know they came in and they wanted to win just as badly as we did. So I think like overall, it was still a very rewarding experience getting second.
And
Okay, so
we were.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Camryn.
Third going in to finals. So we went up a place. And I think too, for me and Avery, that was our last race. So
Yeah.
it was my
yeah.
last race. It was not her last race. It was my last race because I had the 100 fly before the relay, but she had 100 fly after. But
Yeah.
We'll get to
it was our last relay.
We're going to get to your last thoughts about the season and your career there in a couple of minutes. So let's keep it right there. So my next question is to Ella. You achieved second place in the 100 breaststroke, right? That's your favorite, right?
Yes, that is my favorite.
Okay. And then fourth place in the 200 individual medley. How did these performances contribute to your overall satisfaction with the meet? And what areas do you plan on focusing in the future? Because you're coming back as a junior.
Yeah, I definitely felt very good going into my 100 breaststroke, and I was placed third in it, I think. And I was like, I really want to get above and better than I think I can do. And unfortunately, on the 200 IM, I was also seated third, but I got fourth, which the other girl did so amazing, and she deserves it. But definitely in the 100 breaststroke, what contributed was just like hard work. And I think that will also carry out throughout the future, and especially for the team. And so in future competitions, definitely just keeping that drive to stay in the game and know that you're at a swim meet and that you're there to compete and do the best you can.
And now, Lilly, you're coming back also next year. You've been part of this as a team as a sophomore and now as a junior. Okay. Share with us your thoughts or any obstacles that you guys had to face with this race and coming back and trying to defend it.
Well, I think that just in general, swimming is a very hard sport, and it's hard on you physically and mentally. So I think that that's an obstacle in itself, as well as coming every single year with a new team. This year we had a new coach. So you kind of just have to figure out like what you're going to do for the season. Like, I feel like that's an obstacle in itself, just starting a new season every year, 5 a.m. practices. It's just crazy.
And if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to let me get this right, the 200-yard medley relay team. That means they swim the breaststroke, the butterfly, the backstroke, and the freestyle. These young ladies are back-to-back champions. And Camryn, you got to stand on the first place step, the second place step, and the third place step. So you had to swim a lot of different strokes. How do you deal with that? Like I just asked Lilly, how do you deal with all those different strokes and get to be where you're at?
I think for me, I've been swimming for a while, and I think I knew this meet was my last meet. So I think I just wanted to close on a high. And as much as like these girls work so hard, I think and just overall, like Lilly said, the beginning of the season, just like preparing a new mindset, I feel like kind of prepared me to close this season out with a bang. So.
All right, well, you did. You got on every single step on the podium. That's pretty special. And Avery, you're the other senior. Can you reflect on what it's meant to be part of this team and, coming so close to winning the state championship, the team championship 2 years in a row? What has that meant to you? And, just winning back-to-back in at least this event was something special also, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, this team has meant everything. I've gotten to be co-captains with both Camryn and Molly O'Rourke, who's not on this. But, I mean, just getting to be a leader on the team as well as being a teammate with some amazing women is just – it's so rewarding. I mean, obviously, like, I like swimming for myself and getting best times, but getting to swim for others and win as a team, especially with only 6 girls – or did we have 6 or 7 girls at state this year? I don't remember, but
I think it was 7.
Okay, 7. Well, lucky number. I mean, we had a small but mighty team, and I know we had tons more girls throughout the whole season that they all just contributed. It's such an atmosphere of family and inclusion, and we all just love each other, and it makes waking up that early just like a little bit better. Yeah, it's meant a lot, and it's definitely one of my favorite memories getting to graduate St. Vincent's with.
And, just so people know, the only reason why I think you took 7 girls to the state meet is because they got to qualify. So that's a big step that everybody has to get there, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ella. So tell us what the team looks like for next year and reflect on what it's meant to be part of this team, and especially swimming with your sister.
Yeah, definitely next year we have some new incoming freshmen, and I think they're also going to be really good. They're going to contribute to the team, and a couple of us have known them. I also think that, since we didn't get that 200 free next year, we definitely want to go for the gold with that one and try and do the best we can. But especially like swimming with my sister, just like the early car rides in the morning, waking each other up, listening to music, it just like pumps you up. And next year it's definitely going to be different, but I just have to keep that normal routine and hope that I can make her proud now that she's graduated soon too.
And Ella, I mean, you're coming back. How do you see, Lilly, you're coming back. How do you see next year? And tell us what the seniors have meant to this team. Of course, Ella and Avery, close to close, very close sisters, but tell us what the seniors meant to this team also, Lilly.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with Ella. There's some really good freshmen coming in that they're really going to contribute to our team, but it's going to be hard to beat the team with these seniors. They've been the oldest on the team for 2 years, so I think that our team just has a really special bond, and especially this relay team, because we've been swimming this relay for 2 years. I don't even know how many times we swam it. And it's going to be really sad without them, but we're going to make them proud.
Yeah.
All right. And then coming down to the last question, you got to leave it to the seniors. So Avery and Camryn, reflect on your 4 years at St. Vincent's. What's that meant to you, being part of the school and being part of the swim team? Whoever wants to go first.
You can go, Camryn.
Okay. I think so. Me and Avery, I think, have been a really good, especially Avery. She's been a really, really good representation of what it looks like women who lead looks like, because I mean, both of us, she's senior class president of overall St. Vincent's. And then I lead the seniors as senior class president. So I think knowing that 2 girls who dedicate their mornings, then their school days to, overall, just the St. Vincent's experience, I think is really strong. And I think Avery's going to do big things. And I think overall, having such a strong team has definitely brought light to St. Vincent's and swimming overall at St. Vincent's.
Avery?
Yeah, I agree completely. And I know Camryn and I both have just learned so much from being at St. Vincent's, whether that's being a part of swimming or obviously in the classroom and being a part of student council. I mean, we're both people that like to be included in all of those things and helping the school. So I think definitely going into college, we're going to take the qualities that we learned from St. Vincent's and apply them to so many more things. But yeah, I know Cam's going to do amazing things, and we're both not swimming in college, but this is seriously something that I'm going to take with me throughout the rest of my life. I'm still swimming today. I'm not even on a team anymore.
Well, it's a lifetime sport. Just because you guys got the chance to be in the competitive mode and go to the Georgia High School State Association Championships, you could do it for your life. So it's not like it's going to end. But, we got comments coming in here. And this lady's watching. She watches you guys all the time. But Nichols St. Louis says, great job, girls. We're so proud of you. And I bet you the whole community's proud of you. Besides the St. Vincent's community, the Savannah community. But you've done a great job. I thank you for doing this 2 years in a row, and it's special when you get back-to-back champions, and you guys deserve the recognition. And the other girl, she placed 8th. Help me with her name. Molly O'Rourke, okay? I know I didn't fit her in here. She's been a big part of your team for the last 3 or 4 years. She deserves recognition, but you guys did a great job. And once again, good luck. Whatever you're doing, Avery and Camryn. Camryn, school?
Yes, sir. Going to UGA.
Okay, I knew you'd be a Bulldog. Avery?
I'm still undecided, but I hope to bring good news come March.
Now, you and your sister going to be a meteorologist like Dad?
I don't know if I'm built, but who knows? Maybe.
Hey, he's my favorite forecaster on TV. I watch him every night. So
That's
once
awesome.
again, yeah, he does a great job. He brings a lot to that. But you guys have done a great job, great career. Appreciate it. And as you guys probably stay there on Liberty Avenue, go Saints.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the year, and congratulations, girls. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, just 2 years in a row, 2 years in a row, talking to these young ladies, back-to-back championships. And I know I mess it up. It's the 200-yard medley relay, back-to-back gold medals. I mean, 2 years in a row coming close to being the state champion, finishing second place 2 years. You got to be proud of it. I know, well, the only people we remember are the champions. Well, we'll remember the second place team also here in Savannah, Georgia. And that's, of course, St. Vincent's Academy. And like they said, Molly O'Rourke was a big part of it. She placed 8th in the 100 fly. So, just a great job over there with that swimming program. Well, next up, we got something special, okay? I know Amy Zimmer on WJCL beat me to the punchline, but we got history made over there in the Hill. They like to say build the Hill, Richmond Hill High School. But I don't know how many people know that we have bass fishing in the Georgia High School State Association. And then there's a bass fishing league outside of for high school students, which this next guest, who's the second Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athlete, his father's has a big part of it. And that's, of course, that is Ronald Champion. But we're going to be talking to the first ever bass fishing scholarship athlete coming out of Richmond Hill High School, Branton Champion, in about 3.5 minutes. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good fishing tale. He's probably got a lot of good fishing stories. But once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner of Sports Network. We'll be back in about 3.5 minutes. Got to thank the people that sponsor me. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more, From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good evening, Savannah, the Coastal Empire, wherever you may be, Richmond Hill. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Heard every Saturday morning for the past 13 years, but I'm making the switch to Wednesday or Thursday nights due to the fact 13 years straight doing it on the radio, on the internet. I need some weekend time. You know, I got a family I want to go see. It's grown. It's getting bigger. So why not do it on Thursday nights and see what happens? And then I'll post it on Saturday morning. So if people still want to watch what they want to watch on Saturday mornings, they can go find it. They can go to YouTube. They go to Facebook. They go to Twitter. Hey, it'll be all over the place. And once again, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. There are 4 shows. Wednesday nights, Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man, and of course, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's Lawrence Bennett. All things NASCAR. They rub about cars. They grub about food. And they get a lot of food from John Henderson, okay? So you got to love that. Yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, now every Wednesday or Thursday night. Then we have one live show for 1 week with golf. It's the 19th hole, the Hurt Brothers, the first week or the second week of April with the Masters, and then one podcast, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with the coach, and of course, my good buddy, Kyle Lawson. We got to see if we're doing that still, so we'll go from there. But now, the reason why I do this show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week, number 2, for the first time ever on a Thursday night for me. This young man made history at Richmond Hill High School. They've only had a bass fishing program for 3 years. He's the first athlete. That's right. Bass fishing, got to be pretty athletic. Stamina, waiting for, patience, getting a boat in the right place, knowing what you're doing, knowledge, okay? So he's done a great job. And that's senior Branton champion who signed with Emmanuel University, becoming the first Wildcat fisherman to accept the bass fishing scholarship. I mean, it's a growing sport. Emmanuel University is one of the best bass fishing colleges, universities in the United States. I think he's going to go against a rival who probably recruited him. We'll talk about it. But once again, happy to say this week's second Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week from Richmond Hill High School is Branton champion. Congratulations, Branton. Great job getting that scholarship.
Thank you.
So, there's been a couple of other athletes, probably friends of yours, that have signed scholarships, Savannah Christian, I think Country Day, BC. So it's not the first time, but it's the first time at Richmond Hill. It's something special. So, tell people what it means to be the first athlete at Richmond Hill High School to get a bass fishing scholarship.
It's an honor. I mean, it's been a long grind, and I can see a lot more students from our school getting scholarships for bass fishing in the future. But to be the first one, it's an honor. It's great. I think it was our athletic director. He talked about during the signing that is kind of paving the way for everybody else. Which it's really an honor to have words like that used, with me, because 4 years ago, whenever I started tournament fishing, I couldn't have imagined coming here. I always knew that college was a path, but I could have never imagined that it would actually happen. It's and looking back on it, it's gone by really fast. But yeah, it's a lot. It means a lot.
And doing all the research, getting all the information about you, there's some guy that's probably been your big inspiration. So my first question is, what inspired you to take up bass fishing other than other sports? And did you play any sports? And how has your passion grown for this sport, bass fishing, over the years?
So, anybody who knows anything about my dad, he's been a tournament fisherman for a long time. He has a lot of history on the boat side and on the kayak side. But I've been fishing since I could walk. He made sure to get me on the water really young. I've always loved fishing. And my actual first tournament, it was out at Waterways. I think it was in 2015. I was only 10 years old then, whenever we had it. But yeah, since then it's grown a lot. It's developed to somewhere I couldn't have imagined, back then. But tournament fishing, that was kind of always the path. I played rec ball and everything, but I never really was big on, physical sports whenever I was younger. That's just never. I always loved the outdoors, so that kind of always seemed to be the path for me.
Your father's a professional bass fisherman, a professional angler, as they say. You had to be born with a rod and reel in your hand, buddy. So but share what it's been like. You've been part of this program for 3 years. The experience of Richmond Hill growing this program, which is pretty exciting. I helped start the lacrosse program at Islands High School, and that's exciting. But 3 years and the program's been taken off. You and don't tell me, I made my notes here. Jax's Beringer, is that how you say it?
Beringer.
Sorry, I apologize. You guys have been doing great in the Georgia High School State Bass Fishing Tournament. So how's it grown? What have you seen about this program? Where's it going to go?
Oh yeah, the program as a whole. I've been with it since it started, and it's grown a ton. Whenever we first started, I think we only had 10 or 15 anglers that were fishing consistently. Now we have, I think, 20 to 25. Sorry. And obviously it's changed a lot. We started out with an emphasis on the boat side, but we also had the kayak side as well that we were fishing. So that gave a lot more opportunity, but it's kind of all narrowed down to the boat side now, and we're really pushing towards that. And it's been great, being able to. We get to miss school and skip class to go fish. It's a great opportunity, and we've made a lot of memories. Everybody in the team.
And it's a legal excuse. You go to a competition, so it's not skipping school, go fishing like a lot of kids do. But anyway, yeah. So I can understand that. Now, you're a big part of the Richmond High School bass fishing program, but you've been participating in outside bass fishing events for a long time. How has that helped you and help you form that team over there at Richmond Hill High School?
So it definitely gave me an edge. Having that tournament experience. What a lot of people don't understand is there's a really big difference from, tournament fishing and fun fishing. It's completely different whenever you're actually fishing for, competitively, you're fishing for a goal. I started out kayak fishing before we actually had the actual bass fishing team. I was just doing it, me and my dad, in the high school kayak fishing, Georgia High School Kayak Fishing Association, my freshman year. So I had built up a lot of tournament experience before my sophomore year, whenever we actually got the team built up. And that definitely helped a lot. It gave, just having that experience gave me an edge over some of the other people. And, having that knowledge, tournament knowledge over some of the other people on the team, especially the newcomers, has helped me to kind of teach that to them and kind of introduce them, to that. Fishing is an individual sport for the most part, but, just being able to help guide people toward that.
Nice. All right, so we know, okay, the Georgia High School State Association bass fishing, you're in a boat. How big is that boat? And it's got two teammates in each boat, right?
Yeah, so I mean I'm pretty sure that the rule for them is that it has to be over 16 foot, but our boat that we have, it's a bay boat, so it's 22 foot, but it fishes just like a bass boat. You know, it's just really low in the water. It's an express. Yeah, I mean we have a large variety of boats at the team. I mean, there's some guys with bass boats. A lot of the guys at our team, they're fishing with bay boats, with saltwater boats.
Right.
Just because, you know, there's not a lot of freshwater bodies of water to fish down here.
Right.
You know, the closest one that we have is I think it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. The closest really good body of water that we have. You know, most people around here, they grow up saltwater fishing, which that translates into bass fishing a little bit, but there is a big difference. Which that's another thing with the team and everything.
Well, that brings us to a next question. What challenges do you guys face down here with bass fishing versus going to these other tournaments where these other anglers or fishermen are on bodies of water that bass fishing thrive?
So, you know, we talk about home field advantage with every sport, you know.
Right.
But with bass fishing, there really is, you know, a really big home field advantage. You know, whenever you have these guys that, you know, they grew up on these lakes, they fish it, you know, every weekend, it's hard to beat those guys, especially whenever you have, you know, our team where we're from an area where we're pretty far away from most bodies of water that we fish. I mean, the closest body of water that we have to us, I want to say it's 3 hours away that we actually fish in the trail. Most of them are around 4.5. Some of them are like 5 hours away. So it makes it a challenge. You know, that's why practice is so important whenever we get up there. To be able to fish on the body of water for like 2 or 3 days before the actual tournament. That's almost essential for us whenever we go up there fishing. And that's why me and my partner have been able to do very well, because every tournament that we fish, we've at least had 2 days of practice beforehand. Having that, being able to break down the body of water, it's essential. And it's very difficult going up against those local guys because, I mean, they have some sticks on those bodies of water. Most of the tournaments that we've had, Seminole last year, we got second in. The team that beat us were a local team. I mean, they fish that lake all the time. They know where those fish are. You know, it's hard as a team not being from that area to go up there and actually be able to find those fish as well.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the second Wetherington Chiropractic Athlete of the Week segment. We're talking to Branton Champion, Richmond Hill High School bass fisherman, the bass fishing team out of Richmond High School signing a scholarship to go to Emmanuel College. All right, before I get to the next question, just so you know, you said home field advantage. So if you live on that lake, you know where the spots are, the fishing spots or the fishing holes where these fish are going to be. And that's why you guys got to go up there and check it out, eh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's pretty essential. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, a lot of the local guys, they'll put in like brush piles and stuff, just stuff for those fish to hold on. And that's stuff that we don't know where those are. We have to find them. It definitely helps, you know, being from that area. But I mean, also, you know, if once we've fished through the team for a couple of years, you know, this is my third year fishing with the team. You know, we've returned to these same bodies of water a lot. Like Seminole, we fished that body of water 4 times.
Oconee, Lake Oconee, right?
What was that?
Lake Oconee.
Lake Oconee. Yeah, we revisit that a lot. I think GHSA has gone there the last 4 years. Lanier, we fished there the last 3 years. So getting to go to the same bodies of water a lot, you can build on what you had from the previous year. And that is a big help as well, you know. And
the championships are some lake in Clark County somewhere?
Clark's Hill, yep. Hill? I think some people call it Strom-Thurmond Lake. But yeah, Clark's Hill Lake. It's up near, I want to say it's up near Augusta.
Yeah, So, you know, following this for the last 5 or 6 years, it's pretty remarkable. And if you go to GHSA.net, go to the sports section, go to bass fishing, they'll give you the results of what these young men have done. So far, you guys have not clinched, but qualified. You finished 11th back in January 30th, right? So you're able to go to championships, right?
Yeah, so we had a 3-way tie for 10th right there. So like the 10th place team, us, and then the 12th place team, we all had the same weight. But yeah, they listed us as 11th. but yeah, that was how we qualified for the state championship, which I believe will be the first weekend of May, I would think.
Okay, now the reason why we got you on is you chose Emmanuel University. Why did you choose them, and were you recruited by any other colleges here in the South or in the United States?
Yeah, so there's been 3 colleges that we've really had our eyes on. All of them are top level colleges for bass fishing. Emmanuel, they've always been in the top 10 for the last few years. Carson Newman is another one that we looked at. They've been finishing very well the last few years. I believe that they're, I may be wrong because I haven't checked in a while, but I want to say they're in 3rd right now. Mm-hmm. And then Bethel University, who they've also been in the top. They actually pretty much started collegiate bass fishing back, I think, a few years ago. And they're the winningest team out there. But yeah, Emmanuel, picking them, a lot of it had to do with the distance, because Carson Newman University and Bethel University, they're both in Tennessee,
right.
Which that's where I'm from, but that's a long ways away, being that far away from mom and dad, it's, that's always tough, visiting and everything. So that was a big factor, but really the most important factor was to do with the coaches and the actual team itself. Coach Pam at Emmanuel University, whenever we went up there and visited, you can really tell that she cares about her anglers. Whenever they're going to tournaments, they'll buy a big house and they have everybody there. And Coach Pam, she comes from a professional fishing background herself. She's the winningest female fisherman of all time.
Wow.
And she coaches that team at Emmanuel. She, she'll cook dinner for them. She wakes them up, make sure they're out on the water. Nice. For practice. Whenever they get back, they have food. She makes sure that they keep up with their studies, which, that's one of the biggest things with college. But that was really the main reason, was Coach Pam and how the team seems to be. It really is like a family up there. And it kind of has to be because of how small of a college it is. Emmanuel University, I think they only have around 900 students enrolled. Wow. It's very small. That's about the same size as my graduating class right now. So swapping to that's going to be, it'll be interesting. But that kind of fits me. I don't really care much for the college experience, I guess you'd call it.
Right.
I don't really care much for a big college or a big town. That's in Franklin Springs, Georgia. So that's a small town also. I think they only have around 1,000 residents there.
Right.
But it's very close to, bigger areas as well. It's very close to Athens, very close to Hartwell. But it's a very tight-knit community. And that was another thing that I really looked for. That's something that I value a lot. So that was a big influence in my picking Emmanuel.
All right. So you just said it. It's one of the top bass fishing programs, university college fishing programs in the United States. And you're coming in there. How do you plan on contributing? How do you get involved in? Do they have a lineup that you got to crack, or they just give you a boat? How does this all work, and how do you plan on getting involved right away?
So with college, and especially with Emmanuel, this was another reason why we wanted to go there, is with Emmanuel, they're not chasing the team points, so they let all of their anglers fish however many tournaments they want to.
Nice.
There's a lot of teams like Carson Newman, like I want to say Auburn. They're sending their best teams to every tournament that's valuable 4 points. They're chasing that team of the year race. Emmanuel's not doing that, and they're still in the top 10, so they have amazing anglers. It's going to be tough to, kind of stick out there. They have some sticks on that team, and I guess the best way that I can contribute there is just, fishing the best that I can, making sure that I stay on top of my studies, being just a good all around person as well. That's something that they value a lot up there, and I've helped, of course, helping with fundraisers and everything. 'Cause that's a big, with college, you're traveling for, they'll be gone for 2 weeks at a time, going from tournament to tournament sometimes. That costs a lot of money. And it also is hard for the school to especially a smaller school like that, to fund that. So fundraising is a big deal. I mean, that's another way to contribute. That's pretty much it. Just trying to be the best fisherman that I can be up there, and try to help the team as much as possible.
And, just like you said, doing a research on it, you got Auburn, North Carolina State, North Carolina. You got these big time colleges, universities that are into this also, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So you're going to have some good competition, some good trips, I guess. So describe your how long you been at Richmond Hill? All 4 years since you're a ninth grader?
Yep.
Describe your experience as a student at Richmond Hill High School, besides being one of the top athletes.
Well, I wouldn't say one of the top athletes. I don't know if I put myself that far up, but
Well, okay, you got to be in shape to do what you do. I mean, it's not like you just go out there, throw the and hang out all day. I mean, you gotta be able to do these things. I mean, it's not just physical; it's also mental too.
That is a big part, yes. But I mean, with Richmond Hill High School, it's it's been a great school, great teachers. I've specifically with my pathway that I have gone through. I've been going through the audio-visual pathway. So I've been going through the film pathway. Now I'm an intern for that. So that's been a great opportunity that the school has given. The teachers have been very lenient and very good with how often we're gone. I mean, especially with this year. I mean, last semester I was gone, I think 3 weeks, like whenever we leave for a tournament, let me just start there.
Right.
We're gone Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from school. So we have to make up all that work. We've been gone a lot so far already. I mean, we had 2 tournaments last semester. Now I think we're going on our 4th this semester. And we still have like 5 more, I think. So, I mean, it's a lot, it's a lot of makeup work, and the teachers are very lenient with that. So that's nice. Really the biggest thing. And they've been very supportive as well.
Has Miss Farrat still, or Mrs. Farrat, or Stephanie, I forget what who are you teachers in the technology, doing the audio technology?
Oh yeah, that's Stephanie White.
Yeah, she married, but she was big WJCL sportscaster. Does she have a lot to do with the program?
Oh yeah, she actually runs it. So she runs the whole thing, and then she's been the one that she actually recruited me onto there to be an intern because I went through her class. And Mr. Means before that, Patrick Means, he it's kind of funny because whenever I was in their 2nd level class, he was talking to me about setting up a bass fishing show that would be like a Monday show for the school.
Nice.
Haven't done that, but no, they've been very supportive with me.
Well, tell Miss White you were on the internet with Coach DeMasi. She'll probably have a big smile. So. Yeah, Stephanie, she was the sports WJCL weekend sportscaster, and she went to the teaching field, and she's a great person. So I'm glad that she recruited you. So let's get back to you now. So to be a great fisherman, you have to have some great coaches, and we know we got one probably sitting in the kitchen or living room listening to this. So tell us how your coaches have helped you advance in the world of bass fishing.
Well, to start. Of course, the coaches through the school, like Miss Amy Elkins, she's been very supportive with the team. She's been helping run things very well. It's kind of hard as a head coach in the high school level to really coach your anglers, just because of how individual of a sport fishing is. So most of the coaching that I would say most of the anglers on the team receive is from their boat captains, from their coaches that are in the boat with them.
Nice.
Of course, for me, that would be my dad, which, with him, of course, it's no surprise that I've been able to be as successful as I have, and me and my partner, having, of course, somebody who is a seasoned tournament fisherman as your coach, that, of course, helps a lot. And now, of course, I have to cast the line, I have to be the one actually fishing, but getting all that knowledge imparted onto you, it's been a blessing for sure. If I didn't have my dad as my coach, I probably wouldn't have done as well as I have, just because of how knowledgeable he is in the realm of fishing.
Right.
So yeah, I couldn't ask for better coaches. Of course with my dad, but also, I mean, with the school. I mean, they've been very helpful and very supportive, helping set everything up. And yeah.
Nice. All right, 2 more questions. And of course, we talked about dad because my next question is, how's your family contribute? You got to talk about mom. You have any brothers and sisters?
So I have a younger sister who she's going to be coming into the fishing scene after I'm gone. I think she's in 7th grade right now, so she'll be coming in. Like, I'll be gone for a year. My dad gets a break. You know, the finances can kind of rebuild, and then it's going to be all over again starting. But of course, with my mom, you know, she also works, you know, and she's a very, very loving mother. You know, without them, I mean, I couldn't do what I'm doing. Without them being so behind, you know, what I've been doing, you know, it couldn't happen. I mean, fishing is a very expensive sport. I mean, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars, you know, to do this, not even including, you know, owning the boat and all the tackle and everything. So it takes a lot of people behind you to kind of do that. And that's not even just, you know, close family. I mean, sometimes that's, you know, grandparents and cousins and all that. I mean, having the support of a big group has been very, very helpful in my position. You know.
Okay. Next one. 2 more. I said 2, 3 more, 2 more. Okay. You have a young student at Richmond High School that he's been following or she's been following the bass fishing team. What advice would you give these younger athletes, and you are an athlete, who inspire to do the same thing that you have and achieve the same success that you have? What advice would you give them?
So as far as succeeding in tournaments, you have to do your homework. I mean, there's hours before we even get to the lake. You know, there are hours and hours of time that we have to put behind the screen, you know, researching lake maps, you know, topographical maps of the lake, using our navionics, you know, trying to pinpoint down, breaking down the body of water into small areas that you're going to break down whenever you actually get to the lake. And of course, you know, putting in your time practicing. You know, of course, it costs a lot more money to go up early and you're paying for room stay, but it is essential, you know, for the actual tournament day. You know, if you haven't been able to break down the water on the actual lake, then you're not going to be able to actually succeed, or it'll be very difficult for you to succeed on the tournament day. So as far as actually succeeding in tournaments, that's the first thing. I mean, you have to put in your homework. You have to go in and really break down the lake before you actually get up there. And then whenever you get up there, you break it down even more. Breaking down what baits you need to be using, you know, everything. And I mean, the seasons can take into account for the weather, you know, is it going to be sunny? Is it going to be cloudy? I mean, all of that matters. And just learning that, and, you know, learning what all you need to look for. I mean, even doing your research on YouTube, you know, taking advice from older fishermen that they're seasoned, they know, you know, their way around. That is all very useful, and it's been very useful for me. Now, as far as, you know, getting into college for fishing, you know, you really have to chase after these colleges most of the time, because you think, I mean, there are thousands and thousands of anglers around the country right now that are all, you know, just as good as you. You know, they have just as good a resume, you know, if not better. To really make yourself stick out ahead of them, you have to, you know, really pursue these colleges, make them know that you want to go there. And then outside of that, just, I'm drawing a blank here.
Time management, knowing how to do your work.
Yeah, I mean,
School.
that as well. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the studies is the most important thing with college. And that's been one thing that my parents have drilled into my head, you know, since I was little, you know, since I was in middle school. You know, if you are not not necessarily an A-B student, you know, but if you're not, you know, if you have you're like C's, you're not turning in work, you know, you're not putting in the work in school. You know, colleges are going to look past you. You know, whenever you're looking at, if you're like a college coach, you're looking at anglers that you want to bring in. you're not just looking at how good they are. And I mean, this is for any sport. You're not just looking at how good they are at fishing. You're looking at how good they are, as a student, because if you're in college, you might be the best angler in the world, but, if your grade drops below a 2.0 for most colleges, you can't fish, and then you're off the team. And I mean, also getting into colleges, having that academic stuff, that takes a big load off of the payment, because there really aren't full ride scholarships for fishing, Like my scholarship is not a full ride scholarship. No, it's still an amazing scholarship, but that really doesn't exist for fishing. A full ride is not out there yet. Now it might be eventually. But at the moment, fishing is still relatively small as a sport, compared to like football or basketball or softball, baseball, something like that. So really making yourself stick out above some of the other competitors that you're going to be with. That is the most important thing for college. Nice.
All right. So you're probably going to tell me you're going to wind up like Dad, but last question. So when you're done with the college, Emmanuel University bass fishing, and you graduate, what interests you besides the sport of bass fishing? What are you going to look to do in the future?
So of course, it's kind of hard to know at 17, what you're going to end up doing for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it is.
But
what interests you then?
Yeah, I've always been. Right now, if I were to say, I don't really see myself going into fishing professionally.
Right.
As a career path. Now, I mean, after college, who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. I'm very open to it. Now, I do definitely see myself going into something, related to the outdoor industry, as something in the future. Because, I mean, that's something that I'm very interested in. It's something that I enjoy. That's something that I can take, the skills that I've been able to gain from, the ABTF pathway, learning all that film stuff, learning how to edit. I could take that into it. Obviously in college, I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to be going through their ABTF program and their marketing and all that. That's all skills that can be directed into the outdoor industry. And I would say that's probably where I'll end up. If I had to guess, that's probably what's going to end up happening. And if I don't end up professionally fishing, which, again, at the moment, I'm not really sure that that's what I want to do.
Well, coming away with a scholarship, like you said, academically and athletically from Emmanuel University, something to be proud of. Like Coach Stacy Bennett said, the athletic director now, it's opening a door for other students. Great job. Congratulations. I'll be following the GHSA.net bass fishing because I enjoy it. And, believe it or not, I enjoy watching it on TV. I don't get out to fish much, but when I was a kid, that's all we did. I lived on a canal. So, it's just great watching you guys get to the next level. And you're still an athlete. You'll always be an athlete. You have to have that mentality, that desire, that knowledge, the strength, the stamina to do this, and be proud of it, because I know Richmond Hill is proud of it, and we're proud of you, Brandon. Great job. Congratulations. That's why you're one of this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, have fun.
Yes, sir. I'll be sure to.
So, I mean, I can't just show up to the lake, throw it in, I'm going to catch a bass?
No, it takes a little bit more work than that,
All right, congratulations. Tell
All
Mom
right.
and Dad thank you for keeping me posted on all the information.
Yes, sir.
You got it. Talk to you later. Don't forget Coach Miss White. Don't forget it.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Tell her I called her Stephanie Farrat. See you later.
See you.
I mean, just a great kid. You can tell he knows what he wants to do. He's got the family behind him. Put him on the right path. Grades first, then the athletics, then the sport have paid off for that young man. And once again, the first ever athlete, and he is an athlete at Richmond Hill High School, to sign a scholarship to fish in the college. And I'm telling you, you got to go look it up. College bass fishing. You got to look it up. Auburn, North Carolina State, North Carolina, not just Emmanuel University or Bethel, as he said, or Carson Newman. And he's competing against, or he will be competing against these big time colleges. It's something special. So other than that, I guess I'm going to wrap it up tonight because usually I go into a fourth quarter where I give an editorial, I show you videos. But you know what? On 5 days' notice, didn't have time to prepare for it. So I will revamp what I'm doing for next week. Next week, I will have to do it on a Wednesday night because I'm coaching on a Thursday night. So it'll be Wednesday night for the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Thank you for joining me for the first time on a weekday night doing the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's always a lot of fun. Hey, and also check out my other website. That's right, the prepsportsreport.com. You want to see all the stories, other stories that I can help get these kids more information? Like I say it all the time. Dennis Knight, great job at Savannah Morning News. Gets as much as he can about the kid. He only has so much space that he could do this. You got Amy Zimmer and Preston Harvey at WJCL. You got Joey Lamar and Corey Howard over at WSAV. Then you got the new two groupies. You got Jeff Roberts and Rachel West over at WTOC. They do a great job getting news out for these kids, but I like to add a little extra. So check it out, theprepsportsreport.com. And once again, I hope he's watched, but got to thank the OG, the man that came up with the idea, the Coach Sports Network, and let me be part of it, Lawrence Bennett. Appreciate you, buddy. Hour and 11 minutes. Wasn't supposed to go that far, but once again, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, may you hit it out of the park. And until I speak to you next week, next Wednesday night, okay, may be your best week ever. God bless. Say a prayer for what's going on in this crazy world. And remember, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Got to get out of here. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned. I'll be back next week.